is our Black Angus ribeye steak. So what you're seeing on our screen is our Rastelli Market Fresh Butcher Shop. This is in Marlton, New Jersey. This is how our company started 47 years ago, and we still operate these butcher shops today. My father and I and Brittany are often there on the weekends and around the holidays, helping the team there. But, you know, on a daily basis, we have about, well, on a weekly basis, excuse me, about 12,000 guests coming through that butcher shop asking for these incredible products. And we've been fortunate enough over the last 7 years to now be able to bring those to QVC. But that's how we got started 47 years ago. And now we are fortunate enough to be here with all of our wonderful QVC partners. But we want to take you first and foremost through the option that we're going to have for you tonight. So this is our Rastelli 6 or 12 9-ounce Black Angus premium ribeye steak. So again, these are very large steaks, 9 ounces in size. We just had the Icelandic cod, 6 ounces, and they were very hearty, but these are 9 ounces. So this is absolutely a steak for two during the week, or if you just have a really hearty appetite, like the David, I'm sure could eat one of these, right? He loves the ribeye steaks, just as my dad does. By all means, could sit down and eat this in a sitting, but this is a premium steak experience.
Yes, so everybody, this is item M80207. You're receiving 6 or 12 of the 9-ounce Black Angus ribeye steaks.
Right.
The 6 count is on 5 easy payments of $23.80, and the 12 count is on 5 easy payments of $39.80. That's a $39 savings if you opt for the higher piece count here. So double the amount, but certainly not double the price.
Right.
And then we have the auto delivery available. The set of 12 is more limited today. And I think it's because everybody probably enjoys grilling these in their backyard for the season.
You know what?
As much as we do.
Absolutely. This is the staple in our freezer for the summertime, of course. Again, 9 ounces in size. Every one of them is individually vacuum packaged, but they're also very lean, right? Typically, ribeyes are a fattier cut of beef, but we, in our butcher shop, take the extra care to ensure that we are going to be able to give you a ribeye steak that is still very lean, but at the same respect is packed with flavor. So this all starts with where the beef comes from, Brittany. Just similarly like we had the Icelandic cod, right? This is all Black Angus beef that comes from the Midwest, from farmers that we have done business with for, no exaggeration, the last 47 years, right? The last 47 years of our company's history, we have worked with many of the same partners on the supply side to be able to bring these great products to you, our wonderful guests. And it all starts there because this is Black Angus beef. It's beef that we know where it comes from, born, raised in the United States. But first and foremost, Brittany, the Black Angus is what ensures that this beef is going to be incredibly tender, very marbled, and at the same time, very moist.
So what do you have here?
Right, we'll jump right into the raw meat, sure.
Is this a ribeye? Is it a roast? What is this?
We talked a little bit about the quality of the steak, but beyond the quality, the care that goes into bringing this product to you, our guests at home, is I think what really sets us apart versus you going to the grocery store and buying this. So what you see here is a whole prime rib of beef, right? This is a whole bone-in ribeye. Starts like this. Typically, this is about a quarter of one. Typically, this would be about a 20-pound piece of meat. There's bones on it. Excuse me, I almost lost the cutting board there, but there's lots of bones on the bottom, a whole entire fat cap, as you see on the top, right? So what we do here in the butcher shop is we take all of that off, all the stuff that you don't want to have to pay for, right? All the bone, all the fat, everything that you don't want to be left on your plate when you get done eating, we take all of that off, and we end up like this with about a 6 to 10 pound, depending on the size, piece of prime rib. This is a prime rib. If you've ever had a great Rastelli prime rib around the holidays, that's what this piece of meat is. And then we take it from there and we cut down these 9-ounce portions, right? So it starts by taking off all that meat, all that fat, all the bone, all the things you don't want to eat. So that way, when you get your steak at home, Brittany, it looks just like this, right? Totally cleaned, and you're going to eat from one end to the other.
It's one of my favorites.
That's why the ribeye is really the king of all steaks, right? And customers love this steak because it is packed with flavor. There is no other steak like the ribeye steak when it comes to flavor. There's other steaks that may be a little bit more tender, have a little bit more softer mouth bite, but when it comes to flavor, the ribeye is packed with flavor. And I think showed you that when we first started dating, right? We
You
always
did.
talk about the decal or the kernel of the ribeye, which is kind of like that outside cap. It's just so tender. It's like eating short rib that you cook for 8 hours, but it's packed with that ribeye flavor.
So when we first met, I was just 100% a filet girl.
You were.
I really didn't eat anything else. I don't think I ever had a quality Black Angus ribeye, though, in my
Right.
defense.
Right.
So once I started trying these items and realizing the marbling really gave it that wonderful flavor. And another thing that I love about ribeye is when I am a filet girl, I go medium rare all the way.
Right.
But when it comes to ribeye, I like to get it medium because I almost like to let that marbling even break down a little bit
Definitely.
more.
I was just going to say that.
But can you tell them what you taught me about cooking the steak and what you're supposed to do? Because I know you're going to tell them to grill it, but
Absolutely.
I'm pan-searing it, and it's working out the same way,
You are,
too.
but whether you grill it, you pan-sear it, you cook it in your air fryer, right? No matter which way you do it, the tip we're going to give you in a second helps each and every way. So they're going to come just like this, individually vacuum packaged. Each one, 9 ounces in size, vacuum packaged, again, to lock out all that air and all the things you don't want hitting your piece of meat. You're going to take this, put it in your refrigerator. If you're in a pinch, you can run it under cold water. You're going to let it sit there in your fridge overnight or under cold water for a matter of, a few minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, and it'll thaw. But you want to get your steak to room temperature before you cook it. So take it out of this package once it's been thawed, let it sit on your counter for 30 to 40 minutes, let it get to room temperature, then take the seasoning that we give you. So you're going to get our signature seasoning with every box of these steaks. Take that seasoning and then sprinkle it on top. I go pretty heavy with these, as I see you have it in the pan there, Brittany. But on both sides, right? A little bit of olive oil or cooking oil, load it up with that seasoning on each side, and you're ready to go.
And you can do it either way. If you want to put the seasoning on when the steak is still raw, you can do that.
Definitely.
And if you just want to sprinkle a little bit on just for some extra seasoning once it's already cooked,
Right.
that's an option too. It's a beautiful blend
Right.
of kosher salt and pepper and
Right.
onion salt and onion powder. But right now I'm making a traditional steak au poivre. So this has just been crusted with peppercorns, a little bit of that steak seasoning,
Right.
a little bit of butter, a little bit of red wine. That has to sear for about another minute. So I think the staff is all hanging out right now.
They
You
are. I can
can't
see everybody
them, but they're
circling like
waiting,
buzzards
they're
because it's ribeye steak season.
Exactly. So just everybody knows this is 6 count or a 12 count of
Right.
the Black Angus 9-ounce ribeye steaks. These are enormous. I mean, this is bigger
They
than
are,
my hand.
absolutely. I mean, look at it compared to a fork, right? It's a really
It
big
really
steak.
is. 9
This is
ounces
a large
is pretty
steak.
generous. And then those are on 5 easy payments of $23.80 for the 6 count and 5 easy payments of $39.80 for 12 9-ounce Black Angus ribeye steaks. That easy payment is going to go away, but I just want to point out that the 12 count is a $39 savings. It's a really significant savings
Wow.
tonight with that ribeye.
And then we're just really getting started for the summer, so the 12 count is by all means the way to go.
Yes.
All right, Brittany,